Imagine this. You're flying just a few meters above the highway. No wheels, no road, nothing under you but raw air. The world blurs beneath your feet as your machine hums like a futuristic beast. And then it happens. A vibration, a warning light, a sudden drop in power. In one heartbeat, your motorcycle stops being a vehicle and becomes a falling object. This is the terrifying reality of the world's first flying motorcycles. They exist, they fly, and they're far more dangerous, unstable, and mind-blowing than anyone expected. Today, we're diving deep into the dawn of airborne bikes, machines that promise to turn our roads into three-dimensional highways, while hiding engineering problems that could throw riders straight out of the sky. Stay with me, because the most extreme and most dangerous flying motorcycle is the last one on this list. The dawn of personal air vehicles. For nearly 100 years, humanity dreamed of personal flying machines. Not planes, not helicopters, but small, lightweight, individual vehicles anyone could ride. Sci-fi showed us floating bikes. Engineers called them impossible. Inventors kept trying. And now, for the first time, companies across the US, Japan, and Europe have crossed the line between fantasy and reality. They've built flying motorcycles, some with turbines, some with electric rotors, some with ducted fans, and all with one shared problem. They don't behave like motorcycles. They behave like unstable aircraft. Marketing videos show graceful floating, but behind the scenes, turbulence, balance failures, emergency landings, terrified test riders. And yet, this is only the beginning. The X-Turismo hoverbike, name anonymisiert. The first breakthrough prototype looked like a motorcycle fused with a giant drone. 4 oversized rotors, a carbon fiber frame, and a rider balancing on top like a futuristic gladiator. The hoverbike could lift straight up, hover in place, hit shocking speeds in open air. But it came with a terrifying truth. Every micro movement of your body changes the airflow. Every gust of wind becomes a fight for survival. And if even one rotor fails, you don't crash. You spin into the ground like a blender. Riders described it as flying something that really wants to kill you. Engineers redesigned it dozens of times, improved sensors, added gyro stabilizers, reinforced the frame, and eventually it became the first semi-stable civilian flying motorcycle ever tested in open air. But it wasn't the first one sold. Japan's X-Turismo hoverbike. Then came the shocker. Japan's Airwinds Technologies unveiled the X-Turismo, a flying motorcycle that looked like Batman's personal toy. Price tag? $700,000. This monster combines 2 massive main rotors, 4 stabilizing side fans, a hybrid gas-electric engine, enough lift to carry a grown adult a few meters above ground. But here's the terrifying detail. It's legally classified as a drone, meaning no crash testing, no road safety standards, no roll cage, no airbags, no required safety training. If something fails, you're dropping right out of the air. Even in the official demo, the rider barely left the ground. Why? Because one gust of wind can flip it like a paper plate. Still, the world noticed. Investors lined up, and competitors panicked. Flying bikes suddenly felt real. Yet the real danger isn't the engines, or the speed, or even the altitude. It's the illusion of control. Every single one of these flying motorcycles gives the rider a false sense of stability. The moment you lift off, your brain fights your instincts. You're balancing on air, not asphalt. And unlike a drone, you're not watching from a safe distance. You are the payload. Test pilots describe the first 10 seconds in the air as pure adrenaline, followed by pure fear. Your hands shake, the machine tilts with the wind, and every small adjustment feels like you are wrestling the sky itself. Even professionals admit that one mistake, just one, can flip the entire craft sideways. And the craziest part? Companies are already planning public rental programs. Yes, imagine a future where tourists rent flying bikes the same way they rent scooters today. No strict license, minimal training, just sign a waiver and blast off into the sky. If that sounds insane, it's because it is insane. But that's exactly why investors are racing to fund this industry. Risk sells, fear sells. And the promise of becoming the first generation to fly like superheroes is something people can't resist. The jet-powered air missile. Now, forget electric rotors, forget drones. Imagine a flying motorcycle powered by actual jet engines. That's the concept behind the jet cycle, a prototype capable of hitting 250 km in open air. It uses miniature jet turbines, carbon-reinforced wings, a heat-shielded body. This thing doesn't fly, it launches. But here's the problem. Jet engines produce insane heat. How insane? Hot enough to melt asphalt or ignite grass. Engineers had to create special cooling plates just to prevent the vehicle from burning itself or the rider alive. And steering it? Imagine balancing on a missile. Thrilling, terrifying, not even remotely civilian safe. Airglide EV bike, the safe one. Next came something gentler. The Airglide EVE, the first flying motorcycle designed for city commuting. Unlike the others, it uses enclosed ducted fans, lightweight composite housing, AI micro thrusters for balance. This solves three big problems. It's quieter, it's more stable, it's much harder to knock over with wind. But here's the catch. The AI is still learning. That means Betsy, occasional glitches, sudden overcorrections, random micro tilts, because the computer misread the rider's posture. It's safer, yes, but safer still isn't safe. 5 to 10 years of refinement will be needed before these enter the mainstream. The dark truth about flying motorcycles. Before we get to the final machine, let's talk about the harsh reality manufacturers don't want customers to think about. Flying motorcycles suffer from three inescapable dangers. Engine failure equals free fall. A car can break down safely. A bike can roll to a stop. A flying motorcycle, it just drops. There is no gliding, no emergency landing, just gravity. Weather instantly becomes deadly. Rain, fog, crosswinds, microbursts. Any of these can turn the ride into a chaotic disaster. No air infrastructure. On roads, you have guardrails, signs, dividers, safe zones. In the air, nothing. A flying motorcycle accident isn't a crash, it's a fall. The military grade sky bike. Now, the final machine. The most extreme, the most advanced, and the most dangerous. A flying motorcycle built not for civilians, but for soldiers. This tactical sky bike uses dual turbine engines, military-grade stabilization, armor-reinforced chassis, adjustable landing gear, vertical takeoff capability. It can jump across rivers, scale cliffs, hover over rough terrain, carry full combat gear, land on uneven ground, and it includes something no civilian bike has: a self-deploying emergency impact reducer. If the bike detects catastrophic failure, it triggers a micro-explosive airbag thrust plate designed to reduce fall speed by up to 70%. Basically, the bike tries to save your life on its own. Most tests are secret, most footage is classified, and no one knows when, if ever, it will be released to the public. The sky isn't the limit anymore. Flying motorcycles aren't the future. They're the biggest gamble humans have ever built. So be honest. Would you actually sit on one of these things, flying 60 mph above the rooftops, and trust 4 tiny rotors with your life? Or are you thinking, not a chance, I'd rather die on the ground than explode mid-air? Tell me in the comments courage or madness. I really want to know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.